and they don't know you, so you have to put the time in on I'm supporting your event. I'm coming to your thing. I'm tweeting whatever. Like people, need to know that you have the back.
You're supporting them.
It's still it's still some sort of like relationship happening there.
No.
That you have to build upon.
I mean, as a professional grinder, that's what I do.
Grindstone,
right.
universal.
But that's really what I do.
Shameless.
Like I've walked the streets of Brooklyn, Manhattan, San Francisco, Philly, Miami, Atlanta, Dallas.
We get the point.
Yes.
I've walked a lot of streets.
Hong Kong,
Look,
Shanghai,
dragging
Lisbon.
a bag with my stuff in it, ready to present it to somebody who never saw me, like ready to shoot my shot. And I enjoy that because I understand what every no means. Like every no means, okay, cool, I'm closer to the yes. So then every yes, that's a cool little reward, and I could build on that and multiply that. But I know when I'm putting in that time gets rewarded. Like straight up, every time I find myself like, man, I'm tired.
There's nothing like speaking with people face to face. I mean, just a personal experience here on the show. Sometimes it's been hard to find guests. Last night I hung out with Grindstone for a little bit. He introduced me to a couple people, and we pretty much booked guests for the rest of the week, like for the rest of the month. Like just having a face-to-face interaction with people and really like hitting the pavement and having the opportunity to promote your brand and promote what you're trying to do and talk to people, engage with people, it goes a long way. I mean, I'm all about social media, but at the same time, that balance between the two, because nothing beats a face-to-face interaction when somebody can really feel you.
Right. Social media supplements your real stuff.
It does. And see your brand. It's like
replacement.
Alyssa works in the arts community. You have an arts look, you have an arts vibe. If you came in there in a two-piece suit all the time to meet with artists, whatever, that's not necessarily what they're going to relate to. And you're part of that community. Same thing with Serato.
But I also have to be there, like at their shows, at their things.
Right.
You have to be present.
So that you gotta be present.
And that's a manifestation of your brand individually. So,
well, let's talk about me being an old lady today and talking about young people.
Lord,
the millennial
youngins.
Yes,
I'm going to get myself together.
I don't think Alyssa falls in the millennials.
Not quite, but close.
She's right at the end.
So what are the millennials
game.
not doing that you notice?
Well, because I work with millennials.
When you say millennials or crack babies?
Oh, snap.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a low-key diss. All right, pimp player.
No,
Okay.
I'm not saying all millennials.
Okay.
All millennials are crack babies, but
No.
I was a
All
Cosby
crack
baby.
babies
I'm
are
not a crack
millennials.
baby. I'm a Cosby
I said
baby.
all millennials
Okay,
are crack babies, but all crack babies are millennials. All right.
Maybe.
What were you saying?
Millennials, but going back to millennials and what I find in the workplace with millennials is that they
Shout out to the crack
the newer generation, they just don't want to work at any extra whatsoever.
Right.
They find so much value within themselves, which I don't have a problem with acknowledging your value, but they overvalue themselves to the point that they're not willing to do the legwork to get noticed and get to that next level.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, in this world, you may be hired as a marketing assistant, but you know what that means? You may be
making
some
coffee.
You may be buying some wine for your boss to take to the dinner party. You may be doing a lot of stuff that is not in your job description, but that doesn't mean you do that forever.
Right.
But it's this mentality.
Entitlement.
Maybe it's entitlement, but it's also a mentality that I feel that this like overvalue of yourself that prevents you from getting to the next level, because that respect that you would get from your employer, you don't get that.
Right.
The employees that I have, the young employees that I've had and have that I actually respect are the ones that, you know what, they're not on the clock. The reality is they're not on the clock. It might end at 6 o'clock, but they're going to stay as long as they have to stay. Yeah. They're going to do whatever. They're going to go home and do some stuff that they didn't finish within the day to prove to me their value.
Yeah.
They haven't overvalued themselves before I have accepted or appreciated their value.
And that's character.
Or
And
endorsed
character
it.
pays itself.
And what do you do to show that you appreciate their value?
Oh,
How do you do that?
I'm a very complimentary person anyways, and so I am always very complimentary. Like, I appreciate that you went home last night and you spent all that extra time on work when I didn't even expect you to do that for me.
When I was at happy hour myself.
Right. No, I mean, I'm always very appreciative, and I like to think that I'm a pretty cool boss to work for, because I, am certainly doing things for them and allowing things and to endorse and
I can verify that to be true, that she's a good boss to work for.
to promote and help them along the way in their journey. But that is something that I often see, and in my circle of friends that do employ young people, that's something that we always talk about, like the lack of what's in a job description and what they're willing to do, and how the young people that are willing to do that are willing to go outside their scope of work,